Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So today it's early in the morning. Izzy has some company. I did turn off the audio for the video. I was talking in the video, but there was a little bit of some other sounds coming into play, so I just wanted to make the video without any sound and then decided to do this voiceover for you guys. So today we have company at home. I have the setup there. Izzy was making breakfast for her and her friend, so she wanted to record herself. And then in the meantime, I decided to get some meatloaf going. I was supposed to make meatloaf and mashed potatoes for the last 2 days. I didn't get to it, so I decided to start today. Now, I am going to start by cutting up the onion, getting out my meat, getting the pepper, all of the things. So my meatloaf recipe is really simple. You just need tomato paste, bell pepper, onion, crackers, Worcester sauce. I might put some soy sauce in there. We'll see. I can't remember. But yeah, I think maybe a little dab of soy sauce and an egg. So I'm getting all the ingredients out so I could just start making it. The other thing, since I'm turning the oven on, Izzy decided she wanted some bacon today. And usually when I cook bacon, I cook it in the oven and I cook the whole pack of bacon at once. So I am going to, since I'm turning the oven on for the meatloaf, I decided to also turn the oven on and put the bacon in there as well. Yeah, so like I said, we had company, so you guys might see me talking to other people in the meantime. The ingredients for the meatloaf, just to be clear, is a little bit of Worcester sauce, fresh parsley, peppers, onion, garlic, 1 egg, crushed crackers, tomato paste, salt, and pepper to your liking. So I did go out and buy all the ingredients. So I have my parsley, which I usually gonna clean before, so I probably start cleaning that right now before I start prepping everything else, just so that it's clean. And I always smell it. I don't know why. It's just a habit. You basically just mix all the ingredients in the bowl, which meatloaf is very easy. Izzy likes meatloaf, so sometimes I just cook a big meatloaf so it's easy to feed her for a while, and then I make some mashed potatoes to go with it. For meatloaf, all you have to do is combine all of the ingredients in the bowl. So you just put as much as you like into the bowl. You don't have, like, I like the taste of garlic, so I'm always finding myself putting more garlic in my food. But if you don't, you can put less garlic. If you like onion more, you can put more onion. You can put more green peppers. It's whatever flavors you like, but the ingredients that I listed are the basis to make it. And actually, whether you put a lot of onion or a little onion, a lot of garlic or less garlic, that's not going to make the meatloaf taste horrible. I guess there is such a thing as too much. So if you're a cook, you know what's too much, but you also know how much of each you like. If you guys don't know, I clean all of my fruits and vegetables in a bowl of vinegar water. So I always have a big bottle of distilled vinegar, and I always have these plastic bowls that I use to soak my vegetables and fruit in when I'm cleaning them. Since I did not clean the parsley, I am just gonna sit that in there while I'm cooking everything else. I did clean the pepper, which I usually try to clean everything as soon as I buy it before I put it away. So I did clean the pepper and the onion and the parsley. If you clean the parsley, if you soak it in water, it won't dry properly. So sometimes it's better just to clean that right before you start cooking. That way you don't have to worry about it getting dried out or wilting or anything like that. You guys seen this cutting board so many times. I told you I had a bunch of regular cutting boards that you put away. And I saw this block at Aldi once and I was thinking, should I get it? Should I not? And I just decided I'm always cutting up stuff. I'll buy this cutting board and just leave it on my counter. And that's been like so perfect because it's big enough where it doesn't move around a lot. And then it looks nice. And I am cutting stuff in the kitchen all the time. So it's nice to have there actually. I got rid of most of my other cutting boards and now I just use this one. I'm not a chef. This is how I cut my peppers and onions. I do try to cut them in a way that they will work with the food, but I'm not like, I don't have any special technique. This is just how I cut up my stuff. As I said, my friends are there, so I am talking to my friend, and Izzy has company, so we had a little, um, we had company yesterday, so they're still there, and I woke up early in the morning and decided to cook. I remember when I was younger, like a lot of like my friend's mom and my mom, everyone used to cook early in the morning. And I'm like, why are they cooking like regular food in the morning? And now I totally understand. It takes a lot to cook and you need that early morning energy. Like, yes, I just woke up, I'm rested, I feel great. Let me cook dinner because once you get your whole, like, if you start your day and you're just doing all your stuff, especially if you have multiple kids, even one child, if you're doing all that stuff for your kid all day and then you have to cook dinner at about 5 or 6, you're tired. So I found that it's better just to cook in the morning, especially if you have something big to cook. Like meatloaf isn't that complicated. However, it's also easy enough that I could just cook it in the morning and then just heat it up when Izzy's ready to eat. I do this a lot now. Very rarely do I cook later in the day. I try to cook big meals early in the morning. Here I'm cutting my garlic as you guys see. Sometimes I use the peeled garlic because it's just easier, especially when I know I need a lot, but it does mold quickly, so I don't prefer to use garlic that's already peeled. I like to use fresh garlic. I knew that I was going to make this meatloaf soon though, so I just went ahead and got the peeled garlic just to make my life easier. Usually onions make my eyes watery. Actually, they make my eyes burn. I do often cut my onions on the balcony. If I'm like trying to rush, like today, I didn't do it. And that few minutes will definitely have my eye burning, and I think it's probably starting to burn now. Sometimes I just deal with it, but sometimes they burn so much I have to like remove myself from the space of the onion. Like I gotta get out of the kitchen and like go outside and get some fresh air to my eyes. Today I'm just trying to rush and get it done. Yeah, if you guys see my eyes are burning, I'm still cutting. I'm like, oh my God, why didn't I just go do this on the balcony? Oh, I hate it. Look at me. I'm like, I gotta get away from this onion. I don't know. Some people, they don't have this experience or this reaction to onions, but it never fails. And I think at this point I might be giving up. Am I? I'm just trying to get some air to my eyes. Someone told me if you wash your hands with cold water and then like wash the knife and stuff, it'll fade the burning, but doesn't really help. Yeah, so like the going outside, it's like I gotta take the cutting board outside, I gotta take the onion outside, then I cut it outside on the table. However, it's better than dealing with that burning. It's you never can tell how long your eyes are gonna burn. Well, I can never tell how long my eyes are gonna burn while I'm cutting onion. So now I'm just trying to hurry up so I can rinse everything off with cold water and get that put away so that hopefully my eyes stop burning. I do keep all of my pots, all my extra pans stored in my onion, so sorry, in my oven. So anytime I need to use the oven, I have to go and start taking out all the pans. It's kind of annoying, but it's what I have to do, so I just do it. Surprisingly, with all my cabinet space, I don't have enough space for all of my pots and pans. And I also have two storage units, so I have a lot of space. Or, yeah, I have a lot of stuff and a lot of space, but it's all being used. Now I can finally rinse this parsley off, just cut it up, let it dry a little bit before I start mixing all the ingredients together. So as you see, I just cut up everything because once you have everything cut, you literally just put it all in the bowl. It's like very, very simple meatloaf. So the first thing you want to do, you just want to prep everything because you're literally just going to start putting it in a bowl and mixing it up. So there's my parsley, onion, bell peppers, and garlic all in a bowl, ready to be mixed in with the meat. I'm looking at my recipe. I have a note in my phone with my meatloaf recipe because I make this all the time. So now Izzy wants to come bug me in the kitchen, probably wondering where her bacon is. Yeah, so Izzy recorded herself on Facebook Live earlier. So if you guys aren't connected to us on Facebook, we do more Facebook Lives than we do YouTube videos. So be sure to head over to our Facebook page so you guys can check out our live videos, which we do probably every day, multiple times a day, throughout the day. So if you guys want to check out more of our content, our Facebook is Shonda Life Daily. Life Daily is one word, so Shonda Life Daily. And yeah, we go live all the time. So Izzy loves going live, and I go live usually more in the mornings or when it's when we're just doing something really fast or when I'm out in New York. So there's more videos on that. Now Izzy's gonna make her waffles. That's her friend Riley, her best friend. And I try, especially on the weekend, to make Izzy make her own breakfast. Riley wants to help. They are good with scissors. They know how to use scissors. Izzy does not like anything sharp. She's seen me cut my finger with the knife by accident while I was cutting up watermelon. So she stays away from anything really, really sharp. And I am just going to go ahead and start mixing up this meatloaf. And again, I'm still doing this. It's been a couple minutes, but this is what I'm saying about like using your morning energy to like make dinner and then just reheat it. You don't even have to cook the meatloaf all the way. You can cook it to a certain extent and then you can just throw it in the oven maybe for the last 15 minutes when it's dinner time, but it'll already be prepped, it'll already be made, and then it will still be warm because you just threw it in the oven for another 15 minutes. So that's why I like to cook stuff in the morning. Now I'm just going to add my seasoning. So my salt, pepper, Worcester sauce. And those are the only three. I might add some garlic powder. You can add whatever other flavors you like, but those are the basis, and those will be enough to give it some flavor. You don't have to go crazy with it. I have these different types of salt that I got from Aldi, so some of them are mixed with herbs. So they have one with garlic and salt. They have one with thyme and salt. So it's actually pretty cool because it has a few other herbs inside of them, and then you don't have to add them separately. Yeah, so I add some garlic powder. You do want to put enough of everything to actually season the food, so be sure that you're doing that. I bought this can opener from Amazon, and I always forget how to use it. Like, it's one of the can. I'm doing it so wrong. So sometimes I have to go back to Amazon and look at the video of how it's supposed to be used. But it's one of those can openers that cuts off the entire metal top lid, and I don't use it often enough because I don't use a lot of canned stuff. And I actually usually use tomato paste from the tube. So I usually don't even use canned tomato paste, but you do need a can opener in your house. So I bought this one thinking that my other ones kept going rusty. So they were annoying because they kept rusting out. And I'm like, oh my God, how do I use this? I usually use tomato paste from a tube, but I couldn't find any this day. So I just got the can one. I'm kind of wanting to give up and looking for my other can opener. And I think I put the instructions for this can opener on top of my refrigerator. So sometimes when I buy stuff that have instructions for the kitchen, I just sit the pamphlet on top of the refrigerator so I know where it is and when I need to use it. And then if I can't find the pamphlet, I can just go to Amazon and see the video for how to use the can opener. So that is exactly what I'm trying to do right now. I have to go to my whole Amazon purchase history, look up the can opener. Like, it's such a process. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that is how you do it. Like, I literally forget every single time. I did forget to put my egg in there. And I also forgot to start the bacon for Izzy. So I'll tell you guys how I make my bacon. I usually just cut the bacon in half and I put it in a big pan that can hold the bacon grease that's going to come off of it. And I lay the bacon flat, cut in half in the pan, and then I put it in the oven. Pretty simple. I'm literally watching the video trying to figure it out. Yeah. So apparently it needs to be flat. Every single time I use this can opener, this is what I have to do. Like, I'm always so confused. I read good reviews on it. That's why I got it. And like I said, I went through so many other can openers that rusted out. So I was like, okay, let me try this. But yeah, if you have to use it, I think every day to like remember how to use it, or I just have to get used to it. As you can see in my face, I'm still like very confused why it's not working. And then I realized the whole lid comes up and I'm like, oh yeah. Ah. And that's that. So apparently opening the can of tomato paste was the hardest part of making the entire meatloaf. Just checking in on Izzy's stuff. I don't know why she only put one waffle because she's also cooking for her friend. So I said, oh, let me help her out here and put the other waffle on. The other thing, I don't know if you guys do the same thing. Whenever I buy canned products from the store, I actually wash them off before I put them away. That goes for like canned soda, anything from the can. I always wash all my canned stuff off before I put it away. I don't know why. I guess I've seen so many reviews about germs that could build up on the cans that I just started doing that. And now I can finally dump the bacon. I have this big roasting pan, so I just put the bacon in there usually because I know it can fit the bacon, and I also know that it can hold all the bacon grease, so it's an easy process using that pan. And then I'm literally just like dumping the bacon out. I wanted to go ahead and get the bacon done or started because the meatloaf, like I say, you're just mixing that up. So all I need to do now is add the egg and mix up the meatloaf with the ingredients that I cut up. But I do want to also get her bacon going because she put her waffles on and they're getting hungry. As you guys can see, I'm now finally mixing all the ingredients now that I have the bacon in the oven. Izzy cooks her waffles on the stove on low. That's why they're taking so long. When I taught her, as I'm teaching her how to cook, I am also trying to teach her how to manage the heat levels of the food. And for now, we cook certain things on low so that they don't burn. So we just play it safe, cook things on low, and that way she can come and check them. You know, kids will get distracted, and I don't want to be in charge of her food. I want her to go through the whole process of making it. So if she's hungry, she's cooking the waffles, so she'll come in there and keep checking them. Sometimes I have to also remind her. She does have company, so she might be extra distracted today and she might totally forget about them. So I just try to cook things on low so that I also don't forget that they're there and burn, because as you can see, I'm making bacon, I'm making meatloaf, her waffles are cooking, so there's a lot going on in the kitchen. When I'm mixing up meat like this, I just like to wear plastic gloves. It's so hard cleaning meat out of your fingernails. I'm just like, let me just mix this with my gloves on. Yes, I had to remind Izzy to come back in the kitchen and check on her waffles. I did forget to put my egg in there, so I had Izzy help me. And as you see, I'm just adding a few of my chopped ingredients a little bit at a time so I can finish this up. This is the last step before the meatloaf is going to just be molded together and put into the oven. Izzy's going to finish making her breakfast, and that is going to be it. So thank you guys for checking out this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, and be sure to check us out for more Life Daily videos. And again, head on over to our Facebook page. We also have TikTok, Instagram, Shonda Life Daily for more videos, shorts, reels, and all those sort of snippets of our life.